Yeah.
Good day, guys. My name is Julius Malema, and welcome back to another episode of This World. Everyone in South Africa is crying out for good governance, eradication of crime, cronyism, nepotism, corruption, etc. But when KwaZulu-Natal Commissioner General Mkhwanazi turned a whistleblower, the general public in SA was over the moon by the manner in which the commissioner has acted, except a few individuals who seem to thrive on chaos and lawlessness, but pretending to be fighting for justice. People like Paul O'Sullivan, Mary de Haas, and President Ramaphosa's new Acting Minister of Police, Professor Kachalia. And I'm saying this because since Professor Kachalia's appointment, he has been criticizing Mkhwanazi for not following protocol. Yes, we know that there are rules and regulations, policies and procedures in the workplace. And we are not saying they must not apply in the South African Police Service, that is the SAPS. No, we are not saying that. There is this phrase that says, desperate times call for desperate measures. Because how do you report crime that implicates your bosses to the same people without them victimizing you or dealing with you? Now we see Professor Cachalia looking like he has been unleashed by President Ramaphosa to deal or to punish General Mkhwanazi, because we don't hear him expressing his disgust on General Mkhwanazi's actual revelations that senior police, government officials, and politicians in parliament, business people, prosecutors, judiciary, are in the payroll of criminals. No, this doesn't bother him. Rather worried about what General Mkhwanazi did not do. Who is he trying to protect? Because as the general public, we were under the impression that he should be concerned about the deep state, which the political analyst Aubrey Machikwe says it comes into existence. It comes into existence when there is a convergence of political, business, criminal, intelligence interests in pursuit of a common goal to loot the state, to make a lot of money. And good people, please, let's not forget to like, to share, to click the notification bell, to comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps. And let's proceed. In his first interview, Professor Cachalia said he thinks his appointment is being appreciated by the ANC comrades because they know what he stands for. The ANC comrades, they know what he stands for. What about the general public? Interesting. and know that he will defend the integrity of the ANC. What integrity is he talking about? Is he talking about Phala Phala? Is he talking about CR17 statements? Is he talking about Glencore? Is that the integrity? Is he talking about? What integrity? Interesting, very much interesting. He says because that integrity requires that he defends the integrity of the country, which is good. He said when the ANC was born in 1912, it was a source of pride to our people and across the continent and the world. Excuse me. He says, I know that history and I will defend that history. I know that history and I will defend that history. Not sure which history is he talking about. History of a glorious movement or history of corruption, because he's part of a corrupt movement now. Yes, it's true that the ANC used to be a source of pride to a lot of us before it became corruption accused number one, as President Ramaphosa proudly said in the Zondo Commission. And now coming to Kunene, the Patriotic Alliance Deputy President, for being found by the police in the house of an accused criminal, Katiso Molefe. I don't know whether to feel sorry for him or not, because according to their story with Gayton Mackenzie, they look like the society has given them a second chance from being ex-convicts to politicians. And in conclusion, I was listening to Julius Malema saying Kunene was lying by saying he was taking a journalist to Katiso Molefe's house, asking what is the name of the journalist. He says Kunene says he doesn't know that guy, that is Katiso Molefe. He knows the guy. Even Julius Malema knows Katiso Molefe, not personally, but because the guy is a well-known businessman. Things are moving fast in SA. Because now, last night I also heard that Kunene is stepping down as both MMC and PA councillor following these allegations. Malema went on to say even Godfrey Lebia, Hawk's boss, was lying for saying he was not called by Katiso Molefe to his house, but Katiso Molefe's friend with no name as well. Why he's not saying his name? After dispatching members of the SAPS, that is the South African Police Service, to go and interrupt the operation that was unfolding there. On Minister Mkhwanazi, he said Minister Mkhwanazi was supposed to be fired completely, but to belong to a faction is the most painful thing as a leader. President Ramaphosa and Minister Mkhunu are in the same faction. If Mkhunu loved Ramaphosa, he should have resigned. He also did not spare Professor Kachalia as well, saying Professor Kachalia in his first interview told us that we are in trouble. Police ministry is not a lecture room. Things are bad there. He said President Ramaphosa is not helping us with anything. He's putting us in deep crisis instead. He asked why would President Ramaphosa go and fetch Professor Cachalia, which track record has demonstrated that Professor Kachalia is the best person to deal with crime in South Africa. And good people, I think let's leave this episode here for today. And please tell me what you think. And please smash that like button, share and subscribe to the channel. And see you in the next episode. Cheers. Adios.